How? Welcome to my tube. My name's Margie. I'm Heyoka. I'm empath. I just like having these little conversations. They're no longer just little talks. Now they're conversations because it's a two-way street on the way I feel about things, and you're welcome to share what you feel too. I'm trying to absolve the copyright risk, so I'm listening in my ear. Right now it's Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson, early, mid 1990s. What's it gonna be? It's a good song. It's a good dancing. It's a soulful song. See, a lot of kids, man, a lot of freaking, I don't care that anybody, that people are missing out on good music. There's a lot of good music out there in the world. I just want to remind some folks of that music. So, I just been taking in a lot of astrology reports today. Today it was Rick put out a report. Astrology Hub put out a report. Usually Tuesday, Wednesdays are big report days in the astrology world. I take it all in, I'm just taking it all in, collecting data, and it's just all, now it's the time to just imagine, dream, to just like try ideas of new lives on. Are you looking at your life? Does it fit? Does it fit? Is it a comfortable life? Do you wake up every day all, whoopee, I'm ready to go to work today, I'm ready to go to life today, because no matter what you do, it ain't work? You live in that kind of way? Or are you in the grind? Ugh. Still. Are we here still? Are we still having this same conversation? We're not past this yet. Still, really, they're imposing ideas and thoughts into people and creating a narrative, and people are still buying it. Hook, line, and sinker. I made some notes earlier. I had a really rad meditate stage. It's about, I think it was just short of an hour. It wasn't quite 60 minutes. Bennett, can I have this? Look at this macho meathead. This is how I know what macho meatheads are. I got one right here. Benno. I got some notes. I'm going to try and read around a dog's ear. I don't got the heart to freaking wreck it for him. Alright. I wrote, it's on the page. Sorry, bud. Cooperation is nature's way, ho? Let's see if I can even find it. See if I can see it in this lighting. Well, that's not helpful. We'll cover it up with one of these here bandanas. It's my lighting assistant here is a bandana. Our production costs are low. That's why I like crack up. You got all these big tubes that like rent out warehouses and stuff like that to spread their genius message, and all they do is read charts. And yeah, there's a lot to that. You're getting patterns of people and their lives, and you can see the trajectory of how people go. But I know free will and psychology in a way that other people don't put it together. That's my niche. But people always have free will. You never know which way they're gonna go. So Mars is about to come in and moving into Aries. To me, it's home to me. It's comfortable to me. Fiery energy, it's like permissible. It's like more people have it, so it makes it okay to me to act like that, Usually people are all subservient, mundane. Keep it downhill. Take it downhill. Keep it down a notch, all that stuff. I never get to be me, all the way me. Somebody's always trying to keep me from being me in some kind of way, and the people that do that too much, I just don't even want to play with them no more. I'm like, fine, whatever. I'll go play with rocks in the dirt. I don't need nobody. The birds and the deer come visit me. I haven't had people in my life, in my tangible, in years. I'm trying to invite people in, but don't mean that I gotta let them in. You know, I'm not gonna freaking let everybody in anyway. So the moon's in Aries, so what it's teaching people, it's giving people an energy that they're not ordinary, or, you know, we all have all the signs, or every planet and all the signs in our chart. If that makes sense to you, okay. If it doesn't, keep following astrology till it does. That's all I could say about that. Because I don't have any placements in earth signs, though. So I have no earth in my chart. It's a trip. It's a quandary. Anyway, so I have so many, like, my the eclipse that's happening is like 0 degrees Cancer. I have like 6 degrees Cancer in my first house. I looked it up today, and my second house is like whatever second. It's in my, I have Cancer in my first and second. These are freaking huge placements for me. They are freaking, like, my life is about to either get really, 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 really bad, blow up. If I step into my ego, it could go that way for me, because I always step in shit. I always step in crap. Whenever my ego flares, universe goes, nope. Every single time. So I guess that's my obedience, is to my own self-will of the consequence that happens is when I step into my ego. And so that's the thing, is Aries, you know, we're known for being freaking self-centered. You just do what you if people really knew Aries, people don't really know Aries. That's how I know that people don't know Aries, when the first thing that they say is Aries are so selfish or whatever, self-centered, whatever. I'm like, you don't know Aries then. Then you don't know your chart, and you don't know your placements, and you don't know what it's like to have to take a leadership role. And that's so nice for you that you've gotten to sit back and just allow life to happen around you, for you. That's so nice for you. I haven't had that opportunity. I had a much different role in my life. My placements have been much different. And I've had a choice to live from my ego or my spirit, and I still have a choice. I could get my heart broken and freaking go right to the dark side. Boom, just like that. I ain't gonna let that happen, because that stuff ain't that deep to me no more. It used to play such a huge role, and now I'm just like, whatever. Whatever. You know? I used to put a lot of effort into girls and people and boys too. Just, forced relationships, trying to make friends, trying to show people all of the positive attributes of what I am, just so that they would find value in me to hang out with me. And now I'm just like, I'll just stay home and freaking talk to myself on YouTube, and I don't give a shit. So, what I'm seeing is, usually I guess Mars is in Aries for 5 weeks every year, and this month, with all the crazy wackadoo stuff going on, it's gonna be Mars is gonna be Aries for the rest of the year, 6 months, so that's a lot of people feeling that if they're unbalanced, they're gonna be feeling fury, they're gonna feel rage, and you're gonna get that freaking warrior feeling in you. But the thing about being a true warrior, I got some little tips for you about being a true warrior, and that is restraint. That is knowing. People take the guns out of the holsters too soon, let alone put the finger on the trigger. See, there's so many people. See, I've been trained in arms and in firearms, and I'm expert by one. I know guns, and I know the spirit, and I know people's psychology, and it's the hair trigger. It's always fear. It's always the fearful that carry guns. And that's what people are figuring out. And all the astrologers are talking about the same stuff. What's the event? What's the event? Because the last time the event, the planets lined up like this, the event was The day I flipped the baby Bush the bird out the hangar door on the 101. And then before that, it was the shocking event of people seeing on live television a president getting his brains blown out. What? That happens? What? The reality of something horrific, you know? Some people, something's gonna happen. I have my ideas. I think that people are gonna see that everybody stayed home for no apparent reason. I think there's gonna be like big evidence because I don't still know nobody that's sick. Because now everybody's out protesting anyway, so it's like, you know, you can only pull out these storylines for so long before somebody else comes up with the next storyline. It's all smoke and mirrors, and it's like, and the sheep are waking up. The sheep aren't sheeping it no more. They're waking up. They're doing the homework. They're hanging out. They're listening to the talks. They're going out on the streets and they're getting a different account of what's happening on the news. So everybody's turning off the news and all the little yeah, have you ever seen, like, you know what a pincher bug is? Some people call them earwigs. Pincher bugs, okay? You know, cockroaches, things like that. They're all low vibrational beings. Lizards, snakes, everything that's like so sensitive to light that you run and hide from it, that you would run and rather hide under like poop to avoid the light of natural day. That's a low vibrational being. Okay, well, people have those low vibrations in them too, you know, and that's what people are starting to waken up and figure out, is that people are starting to read the absence of energy, that they're like seeing people act and behave ways, and it's like they're traumatized. I've been watching at night I've been doing research before my night shift of the whole Epstein thing on Netflix. It's a 4-part series, and I'm just like, yep, I've freaking been all over it. Energy doesn't lie, folks. You know who the creeps are. You just don't want to. Mostly people don't want to believe that they got duped. That cognitive dissonance that, I know it. I know people that have been brilliant. That my freaking brother lived with a guy that's, I don't know. I think he's still in freaking, prison for being a pedophile. And they're arrogant, and they do what they want, and and I know what they drive, and I know what jobs they have, and I know how they wear their hair and the kind of soap they wear, and all the, and I knew he was a creep. How did my brother didn't know, and now you're a lawmaker. You can't judge people that you live with and know that they're low vibrational beings. For like 10 years they lived together. For like a lot, like his college roommate. My dad found him in this college roommate after he got out of basic training. I'm a great dad. Look, I found you a place to live, son. And then fast forward years later, I went down to see my grandfather because he was getting towards the end of his life, so I wanted to go say goodbye kind of thing to him. So a buddy of mine went to Japan. I took a gal I know, gave her a ride down to see her grandma. I went to see my grandpa, and the car got hot. Alternator got hot on the grade. The grade in San Luis Obispo, freaking, so got her dropped off at her grandma's house, and then I went, and it was hot. It was, the whole cooling system was like freaking melting. So I called my dad, and he's like, well, let me know when you get closer to Atascadero on the other side of the grade, because we're playing a game of cards right now. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. So 40 minutes later, after I get it to cool down, it heats up one more time, cools down. I go again, just like fuck it, just balls out, that's how it is. You gotta go for it sometimes. So get to a gas station on the outskirts of frickin' Atascadero, and little mud hole, that's what it means in Spanish. Yeah, my brother and my dad were born in the same 19-room hospital in Atascadero. Same latitude, same latitude. Anyway, little side note. So I call when I get closer, and then he picks me up, and then he tells me the story about how he did my brother such that wonderful favor of finding him that roommate. I would love to finish that conversation with him now. Where's old Aaron now there, Gregor? Where's he at now? Because creeps, creeps like attract likes. And they all hang out together, and they're all the same, man. They're all the same. And it's so hard for me, It's so hard for me. The people that are stuck in the old 3D paradigms of gender and sexuality and how things are supposed to be, and they want connection but never intimacy. It's just, I don't get it. I don't know. It's always just me. I get that. I do know that. So I just see these guys, they always get to win. They always win the girl, and they're just so fucking stupid, man. They're just fucking retarded. They're just dumb. They cheat on their wives, but they got freaking $1 million cars. But that's cool, And then it's just like they always do the same. They're just always the same person. They're carbon copies of energetic imprints into fields of people, and it's just, and I lose out. And there's a lot of good girls out there, and it's just, they freaking hold out for these freaking low vibrational freaking, because they can't rise into their astrology from their freaking over their psychology. So people have a choice right now. They're just really trying on, how life could be. I know my life is going to be good in either way. My life is going to be freaking exponentially good. My life is about to skyrocket into a dimension that heck, I try really try not to tie any outcome to any situation, because I will always sell myself short. We're all just chemicals. I was thinking about that today. I was listening to somebody's talk about how we are all just chemicals. We're 70% water, just like the ocean. It's not it's a synchronicity, it was by design. So, we have our emotions. Our data is contained in our water, our energy fields, And how much in touch are people with their feelings and emotions, just being saturating their energy field with fucking booze and pharmaceuticals and, soda, Diet Coke, all this nasty stuff. It just keeps you from that connection of the vibration of, I don't know, being clean, I guess. People, I think they just like feeling dirty. I just think they like feeling low and dirty, and it's just, they feel like they deserve the dirty and the down low, and they equated it to sultry, and it's just like, you can be clean and dirt, you can be a little bit more full spectrum. But hell, man, I don't even get my opportunity, Benny. It's so stupid. It's just, I get to the point, I just don't even want to bother. Controlled burns are good. Control burns, the idea of control burns, I get that. Most of the people who are doing it are idiots. There's readiness. I speak on readiness. They've all let themselves go. I don't see, and I don't think that, I don't even believe in control burns. I believe in preventive maintenance. I think they should, there's enough people out there and enough means that private people can go out and clean the lines for a lot of these areas and trim all the brushes so they don't even have to burn it, because there's plenty of other things to do with those resources, But the thing of it is PG&E and stuff like that, I've done other talks about it before, is they started paying themselves linemen $120,000. And what they started to do is, that's the thing, is it don't matter what these jobs are. It don't matter how much they pay them. It's the heart space. You can pay all these people. You give them to the egos, and the egos put themselves in the positions, but they never do the work. They go off. The linemen, they're supposed to, I always understand they're supposed to just drive the lines and make sure there aren't branches to catch fire, right? Instead, they freaking went and parked behind the freaking IKEA and started napping. and doing that stuff, you know. So all these people that all of our taxes are paying freaking tens and thousands of dollars a month, go look at their incomes. I get job notifications all the time. They're paying themselves $8, $9, $10, $11, $12,000 a month. It's never to accomplish anything while the cracks of society get bigger. And then so do the freaking swinging wieners. You know, yeah, I saw pictures of freaking in LA, all the SUVs. It was like 12 of them all lined up, all busted out, all broken out, all the windows, you know, pigs sprayed every, you know, yeah, they're relenting. They're giving people enough rope to hang themselves. See, what you need to understand is burn down their SUVs. They're just going to buy themselves tanks or borrow them from their buddies. That's how the good old boys club is, you know. I'm here to talk about a lot of the fraud, waste, and abuse I've seen in my life, you know. These guys never freaking did me no favors. They never did. So now I speak on all the crap. You know, these egos, they do what they want. They had generals that we'd have to freaking suit up and show up so they could fly out to Virginia Beach from Offutt to play golf with their friends, come home, be back for drinks at the club by 7, and it's all written off as a training mission. And all this stuff is verified because, like, when I listen to or read, like, you know, stories of Wikipedia about John Denver and how his dad was a general in the military and he was a military brat, but his dad was oh so important. So when John ran off to chase his dreams of becoming a star and a songwriter, what did Dad do? He just borrowed his buddy's jet, flew across the country, grabbed his son, and took him home because, don't you know, you're going to act the way I tell you to act. Because that's what control freaks do. And what we're going to see next, what the astrology is all talking about, all of them are talking about the same stuff. People are going into their ego, so they're not going to step into their shepherd, their leadership. They're going to freaking overcompensate because, see, we're all just full spectrum. We all just got freaking, you know, our inner child in us. I got my inner little girl in me. I also got a masculine energy in me too, and I got everybody has masculine and feminine. So you not only do you have that inner child, but you have the masculine and feminine inner child too. So people are responding right now in their psychology, and people are being triggered, and they don't know because you can't just ignore emotions. You can't just ignore stuff and put it away when the universe has just blatantly reminded you that you gotta deal with this stuff, the wreckage of your past. Otherwise, you ain't gonna ever gonna get to live a joyful, free life. You gotta look at all the crap that you've done. You've got to look at all the crap that's happened to you. You know, it was hard for me to read the report when I was 12. I don't even think I ever talked to somebody like that, about reading the report of the account on a clinical level of what it was like to be raped as a 10-month-old baby girl. And this is such a storyline that's huge. The thing of it is I am all about security and like surveillance and all that, because I actually know what the vibration of a person, or the lack thereof. It's lack thereof, folks. It's people without spirit. They are soulless. They have no soul. Whether they got touched or, you know, they forever evolved into their ego. And they will ruin their own lives. And I don't bother with people like that anymore. I got no freaking time for egomaniacals. And they're running the earth. And we're going to see more of them with the stupid rules. If I thought my life was small before, it's only going to get smaller because I'm not willing to comply with their stupid bullshit. And they're only going to come up with more stupid bullshit because that's what fearful mental midgets do. They just keep changing the rules. Just create more smoke and more mirrors. That's what mental midgets do, and they're all in charge, and they don't have any better ideas, because how many really, really good ideas have rich people come up with? No. Tesla was not a rich man. Einstein, the geniuses, the brilliant minds have never been rich people. I don't count the muskrat. He's an egomaniacal. He litters the space. He makes my third eye twitch. I don't count him. I don't credit the muskrat. Anyway, we have a chance right now to just pretend, everybody's just like imagining what the earth can be. Are they going to step in to the light more so? Or are they going to step in their ego? People have free will. Every freaking day, people have free will. And we're going to see choices, and I see ads all over the place. It's just people are mad. They're hurt. Something happened in their lives, and they got hurt, and it broke them, and it never got soothed, and it never got healed, and they never ever learned how to soothe themselves. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can learn how to soothe yourself. It's just a lot of work. You have to not do other things in order to do things to soothe yourself. Yeah. It takes a lot of discipline, and that's what we're seeing, and that's why things are falling apart, Where's the discipline? But once people start figuring out that freaking cops and stuff like that, all of them like that, make them meditate. Their high school degree, instead of let them get all roided out and stuff, like the ones that are fit or roided out, and the ones that have given up in life, have just don't even, their uniforms ain't never seen an iron, or maybe they'll drop them off at the dry cleaner once a month. Because heck, they all get allowances. They get paid to do everything. They don't got to pay for nothing. They make like $83,000 a year, and they drive around in freaking all that pepper spray. It's all stuff we pay for. We pay for them to freaking kick our own asses. It's really stupid. It's really dumb. And then, that's why people are, now, and then they'll, get all this surveillance, and then they'll go back later and arrest people and be like, this is you. You did this, and you'll go to jail. I mean, it's karma, too, people. You can't freaking start stuff on fire. It doesn't matter how mad you get. You don't have the right to destroy things and destruct. That's why this is all happening, from the karma from back from my ancestors from 1500s, when they came over and you did all this terrible stuff to people and their families. My ancestors, my homeland, you raped it, you pillaged it, you demolished it, you manipulated it, and then you've done that storyline for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and then people are just like, no more, and then the astrology comes around, and people are fighting for justice and freedom, and no more, and then the control freaks keep getting freakier and ballsier and gutsier and more egotistical, and the spiritual people are like, no more, and it's this spiritual war. And so people are so fearful inside, it's just going to blatantly become outwardly more and more prevalent, and the whole world is Babylon. It really is, and I hope people take care, I hope people are finding their people that they're in alignment with, because people haven't seen anything yet. It's only going to get worse because people have free will, and they are fearful, and they don't care enough about anything to spend some time to meditate or look at astrology to make things better. They haven't been using their time wisely. You can see who the practitioners are. I see who the readers are, the ones that are taking this time, and they're getting fit, and they're getting ready, and they're just like, it's benefited them, and the other ones that are getting all squishy and soft and just more gluttonous. You can see where people are moving more into their light or shadow, and I don't give a crap either way which pay people go. I don't know which way I'm gonna go. Something could happen. I could lose everything and be like that storyline that just wreaks havoc, like the Sarah Connor or whatever that just is just like, F it, I got nothing or nobody left. But I don't hurt nobody, you know. I don't hurt people though. That's the thing, is because I won't get to the point where I've gone through this incarnation through all the lessons I've learned only to just be like, F it, and no, I ain't going out like that. I won't hurt nobody. I'll just like I'll freaking make like crap bombs and stuff, like not bombs, nothing that, no explosive. I don't hurt nobody, but like instead of water balloons, I got four dogs. I could make all kinds of sneaky stuff that'll ruin anybody's day. I don't all both sides. I ain't for nobody. I ain't affiliated with no politic, religion. They're all crap as far as I'm concerned. It's all just a bunch of nonsense that, you know, we're suckered into paying for. It's like all these it's like they all wanted to play a role of something when they were a little kid to make something happen, and then they created their lives based on a show or a role that they thought of when they were younger. And it's just like, dude, maybe if you looked at the wreckage of your past and maybe looked at your past life stuff and your family line and history and stuff like that, and you absolve that family ancestral karma, you know, maybe you could have more fun creating a new life of your own instead of living all these reruns of versions of the past, you know. The so-and-sos, the thirds, blah blah blah, the third. They're just rerun carbon copy, and they're all freaking perverts, and they're all chasing sensation, and they all cheat on their wives, and they all got freaking expensive cars, and they're all taken away. It's just stupid, you know. But maybe the girls are getting smarter. God, there's so many girls wasted on fucking idiot dudes, man. It's hard for me to watch. I just gotta smile and go, there's another one. There's another one. What are you gonna do? There's another one. But wherever I go, whatever I do, no matter, whatever, you know, I'm always gonna talk to the prettiest girl I see, or I think it's the prettiest girl I know. Because they're always the ones with the wildest story, you know. You know. And they're always the ones that never really get heard. But they got great stories, you know. So, anyway, I get duped a lot. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.